Hello!
How's everyone doing? It's been at least
10 minutes since we made our last video. Backlash 2008. Man, oh man.
Oh my god.
Now this is something
I
think...
do our Bill and Doug impression.
Oh no. Yep. I don't see why anybody would watch Backlash when they could watch Lockdown.
Yep.
TNA.
Yep.
We're gonna start a blood feud with Bill and Doug. We're taking them down.
Okay. Anyway.
Ridiculous. Okay. I'm sorry, my cold. I apologize.
First match.
No, but what I was gonna say is, on the one hand, it looks like, hey, this isn't gonna be anything. On the other hand, I don't really know where it's all gonna go. So it's possible that it might actually be interesting.
That's exactly what this pay-per-view is supposed to be. The pay-per-view after WrestleMania. It's always a bit of a...
That's not what you've been saying.
That is totally what I've been saying. Anyway. First match, MVP versus Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy wins.
Yeah.
The only thing I got to say about this is this feud has not, since Matt Hardy's return, has not been living up to its hype, what we all thought it would be. I don't think... The two haven't had any sort of confrontation since they've been back.
You're right.
It's just been kind of left us hanging. What do you think?
I think you're right. Okay.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. Now, is this for the title?
It is for the title.
I'm not remembering.
Yes.
I say MVP.
Really?
Only because they're not continuing the story that they'd started months ago. It seems, and I'm sorry, but I think we're looking at a Jericho MVP feud post-draft. And I think if there's a belt on the line, that feud is going to be...
Why not a Matt Hardy Jericho feud?
Because what did we see on Raw tonight? Matt Hardy versus MVP? I mean, MVP versus
there's
Jericho.
a perfect setup for that. Chris Jericho beat Jeff Hardy for the IC title. You beat my brother, man! Oh wait, wrong Hardy.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait, I'm confused. So, okay, I'm going to continue thinking about it, but right now I might say MVP only because, well...
Okay, let's...
I'm torn. Okay, we're moving on.
We're moving on. Okay, next match. Big Show versus Great Khali.
I have two thoughts. Go ahead, you first. Me first? Let me go.
You first. You go.
Okay, my first thought is they need to reestablish Khali. If they want to stick with Khali for any length of time, they need to reestablish him as something worth anything. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So, my knee-jerk reaction is Khali. But then I say, Big Show did the job for the company at WrestleMania, which probably, I don't know, I'm sure he got a lot of money for it, but they might want to repay him in terms of, in terms of the wrestling and the storyline by letting him beat Khali. So I'm 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other, but I'm kind of leaning toward Khali because I think the first thing that I said about Khali needing to be reestablished is probably a more true.
I'm going to go with Big Show. And I agree with most of the things he said, but I don't think Khali
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I don't think Khali necessarily has to get the win in order to do that. I think he can have a strong showing against Big Show. And, people would
No, he can't wrestle.
Well, you know what I mean. He could take the Big
Show
Show to the limit, but the Big Show still gets to win because the Big Show deserves it. After that job he took Mayweather.
I would agree. I would agree.
So I'm going to pick the Big Show.
Okay, I'm still
Next
there.
match. Batista versus Shawn Michaels with special guest referee Chris Jericho.
Ooh.
Man, oh man, oh man. Who do you pick? Who do you pick?
Okay, Dave, Shawn, end of story. I really don't know. But then, I guess I should have been better prepared because I think I'm right in the middle of all of these. I'm gonna say Dave.
And I'm going to go with Shawn.
Well, then why did we even bother?
Well, I mean, you could go either way on this. It is up in the air. I don't know who's going to win. I think Jericho is going to be the deciding factor. I mean, obviously he's going to be the deciding factor because he's the ref, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, really way to think that through.
I know, right? I try to sound smart.
I just think, though, who needs something? I mean, Shawn won at WrestleMania in a huge high-profile match. Dave might be coming over pretty soon to the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Dave might need the heat more than Sean needs the heat.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. But again, I don't know. It's up in the air.
All right.
I know our predictions are really good for this one.
We're just trying to get you thinking. We have an entire week, almost a whole week to go. So this is just food for thought.
Next match. Chavo versus Kane for the ECW Championship. Kane. I can pick that one easily.
No, Kane will come to the ring, and then Chavo's music.
Chavo.
And then Kane will be like, where Chavo?
10 months Chavo.
And then Chavo will come out from under the ring and chokeslam Kane. Okay, no. But it would be funny. It would be funny if Chavo came out from under the ring
and tried it, and
then Kane immediately turns around and chokes
10
him.
seconds.
Anyway, yeah, Kane easily. They need to, Chavo. Let's just
end it.
Let's end this match quickly and put him back wherever he came from. Nothing against Chavo, but I don't like the champion picture with Chavo in it.
I don't either. I totally agree with that. Next match is Edge versus The Undertaker. Go ahead.
Undertaker. Because there's no reason to take the belt away from him. I still don't think they should have taken it from Edge, but at this point you can't turn back the hands of time. You know, they've turned the Edge and Vicky relationship into just a complete joke, whereas it used to be kind of story.
And that's why I think The Undertaker's going to win. Edge is going to be involved in the Vicky thing. My guess is they're going to break up here soon. So Edge has already got a story to work with. The Undertaker can keep the belt, he can move on, and face someone else.
All right.
Whoever that may be. And then we have the Fatal 4-Way, which I just found out is an elimination Fatal 4-Way, which does sort of change it up a little bit. It makes it a little bit more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So again, who do you pick? Well, when we had WrestleMania, we were certain it would be either Triple H or John Cena. It wasn't. It was Randy Orton.
Yes.
So, they could throw us for a loop. They could give it to Randy Orton again. I don't think they will. I don't think it will be JBL, even though my partner here disagrees with me. If I had to pick anyone, I would pick Triple H. Because John Cena's got that movie he's making. And I think they're finally starting to realize, hey, people don't want John Cena as the champ. They don't need to give it to JBL, even though, again, he disagrees. And Randy Orton doesn't really need it anymore because he can start up a feud against JBL.
Okay, here's what I think. And I've been thinking about this long and hard. All day long I've been thinking about this. Okay. They need, more than anything, to shake up. And maybe I'm talking about what needs to happen as opposed to what will happen. But I'll go ahead and think in those terms. They need to shake up the whole title picture. So, Cena and Orton, Cena and Triple H, we've all been there and nobody cares. Yes. I personally don't. I don't know what the fans think.
Well, the issue is here, this is just like WrestleMania. You have 4 guys, nobody gives a crap about
listen.
4 guys.
Right. But Cena, Triple H, complete snooze fest. If Orton wins, first of all, Orton's had a pretty good run, and I think it's gotten a lot better in the last couple of months with the Hardy thing, with the WrestleMania
and
thing.
See, that's the issue here, and they dug themselves into a corner. And again, this is Jeff's fault, not the company's fault. They pushed Jeff Hardy so hard that he got so many people behind him that he's not there now, and we're left hanging with what we've got left, which is not anything exciting.
Right. Okay.
Because they weren't pushed and shoved in our faces.
Okay. So Orton, pretty good run. Not going to dodge a bullet twice. You said that a while back. So Orton probably won't win. So that leaves me with JBL, who I don't think would make a great champion, but if he were the champion for just a little bitty while, he could, throw a whole wrench into the workings, and maybe we'll see some new faces in there. Do we need another 6 months of Cena and Triple H going back and forth, which is what it looks like?
We won't have that because we'll have Batista.
Okay.
And
in a little
possibly
while,
Jeff Hardy.
Do you think they'll put? I don't know if they'll put both of those guys that quickly into the big picture.
Oh, that's a good point.
But anyway, so I'm gonna say my personal wishful thinking JBL, because if he wins, we'll get something fresh, something new, in my opinion. So those are our tentative predictions. We'll put the final ones as comments in this video. By the thing, Chris is going to tally the WrestleMania scores at some time, right? Right? It's his job. It was his idea, so it's his job. We'll see you very soon.
Later, everybody.